Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the most electrifying and rapidly developing stories in the world of professional tennis. The atmosphere around the WTA Tour right now is absolutely buzzing, and many within the tennis community are saying that what is unfolding could mark a significant turning point in the landscape of women's tennis. All eyes are currently fixed on the breathtaking California desert, where the prestigious Indian Wells Open is underway at the magnificent Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Often referred to as the fifth Grand Slam, this tournament consistently delivers drama, surprises, and unforgettable moments. And this year, one of the most talked about storylines centers on a fascinating round of 64 Showdown featuring the Philippines' sensational rising star Alexandria Ela against the powerful Ukrainian competitor Dayana Yastremska. This is far more than just another match on the schedule. It represents a collision of momentum, styles, and narratives that have captured the attention of tennis fans around the world. To understand why this matchup has generated such enormous excitement, we must first look at the remarkable journey of Alexandria Ela. At just 20 years old, the Filipino star has experienced one of the most impressive rises in the modern WTA rankings. Over the past year, she has surged up the standings to reach a career-high ranking around world number 31, a milestone that represents a historic achievement not only for her personally, but also for tennis in the Philippines. Ela is now the highest-ranked Filipino player in the history of the sport, carrying with her the pride and support of millions of fans from her home country. Every time she steps on the court, she represents far more than individual ambition. She represents a breakthrough moment for an entire nation. Arriving in Indian Wells as a seeded player marks another huge milestone in her rapidly evolving career. Instead of beginning in the opening round, she receives a coveted first-round bye and enters directly into the round of 64. This privilege is reserved for players who have earned their place among the tournament's most respected competitors, and it signals just how far she has come in such a short period. Waiting for her is a formidable opponent in Dayana Yastremska, a player whose reputation across the WTA locker room is built on explosive power and relentless aggression. Yastremska's game is defined by her ability to strike the ball with tremendous pace from the baseline. When she finds her rhythm, she can dominate rallies and overwhelm opponents with a barrage of winners. Her two-handed backhand is particularly dangerous, capable of creating sharp angles and finishing points with remarkable efficiency. Combined with a strong first serve, it makes her a challenging opponent for any player on tour. The matchup therefore presents a fascinating stylistic contrast. On one side stands Ela, a left-handed strategist who thrives on constructing points with intelligence and patience. Her heavy topspin forehand, excellent court coverage, and ability to vary the pace of rallies allow her to gradually dismantle aggressive opponents. On the other side stands Yastremska, whose philosophy revolves around dictating play immediately, stepping inside the baseline, and unleashing powerful ground strokes designed to end points quickly. These two approaches could not be more different, and that is precisely why tennis fans are so intrigued by the encounter. The rise of Alexandria Ela over the past year has been nothing short of extraordinary. The breakthrough moment came during her remarkable run at the Miami Open, where she stunned the tennis world with a series of remarkable victories. Entering the tournament as a wild card, she defeated several high-profile opponents, including a stunning win over world-class champion Iga Swiatek, to reach the semifinals. That run instantly elevated her status from promising prospect to genuine contender on the WTA Tour. The momentum continued throughout the season. Ela captured a WTA 125 title in Guadalajara, reached her first WTA Tour final in Eastbourne, and earned her first main draw victory at the US Open. Each milestone reinforced the sense that a new star was emerging. Her 2026 campaign has begun just as impressively. In the early months of the season, she reached multiple quarterfinals and produced several eye-catching performances, including a notable victory over top players during the Middle East swing. One of the most memorable moments came at the Dubai Tennis Championships, where she stunned top 10 competitor Jasmine Paolini with a brilliant display of tactical tennis. These results have transformed the perception of Ela across the tour. Opponents no longer see her as an underdog. They see her as a legitimate threat capable of disrupting even the most established stars. Interestingly, Ela and Yastremska have met before. Their previous encounter came during Ela's impressive run in Eastbourne, where she defeated the Ukrainian in convincing fashion. However, that match took place on grass, a surface that plays very differently from the slower hard courts of Indian Wells. The courts in the California desert are known for their gritty texture and slower pace. They reward players who can construct points patiently, apply heavy spin, and maintain physical endurance during long rallies. These conditions could potentially favor Ela's style of play. Her left-handed forehand naturally targets the opponent's backhand corner, forcing Yastremska to strike high-bouncing balls repeatedly. Over time, that strategy can draw errors or create opportunities for Ela to step forward and attack. But nothing will come easily. Yastremska remains a dangerous competitor who thrives on bold shot-making. If she finds early momentum and begins dictating rallies, she could put tremendous pressure on Ela's defensive skills. The psychological dimension of the match also adds intrigue. Yastremska is currently battling to regain the top-tier ranking she once held, and she knows that a high-profile victory in Indian Wells could reignite her momentum. That urgency could fuel an aggressive performance. Ela, meanwhile, must manage the expectations that now accompany her success. As a seeded player with a rapidly expanding global fan base, she enters this match as the favorite, an unfamiliar position for someone who recently thrived as the underdog. Another fascinating element is the atmosphere surrounding Ela's presence at tournaments. Her popularity has surged dramatically, especially among fans from the Philippines. During practice sessions in Indian Wells, crowds gathered to watch her train alongside respected tour veterans such as Laura Siegemund and rising talents like Stylistic. The enthusiasm from fans has been remarkable. Flags wave in the stands, cheers echo across the practice courts, and a growing global audience follows her progress with intense interest. This connection with fans has become one of the defining aspects of her rise. But the road ahead remains challenging. If Ela advances past Yastremska, she could set up a blockbuster third-round meeting with American superstar Coco Gauff. That potential matchup has already sparked excitement among tournament organizers and fans alike. However, Ela must first navigate the immediate challenge in front of her. Yastremska's aggressive style means she is capable of producing spectacular tennis when her confidence is high. For Ela, the keys to victory will likely include maintaining a strong first-serve percentage, controlling rally depth, and using her variety to disrupt the Ukrainian's rhythm. Her slice backhand could play an important role as well, keeping the ball low and forcing Yastremska to generate power from uncomfortable positions. Ultimately, this match represents more than a simple contest between two talented athletes. It symbolizes the evolving landscape of women's tennis. For Ela, a victory would reinforce the idea that her rise is not temporary, but the beginning of a new era in which she competes regularly among the sport's elite. For Yastremska, it is an opportunity to prove that experience and power can still overcome the rising wave of young stars reshaping the tour. As the sun sets over the stunning desert backdrop of Indian Wells and the lights illuminate the stadium court, anticipation will reach its peak. Fans around the world will watch closely to see which player imposes her style, controls the momentum, and ultimately emerges victorious. Will Alexandria Ela's tactical brilliance and left-handed creativity outmaneuver the explosive power of Dayana Yastremska? Or will the Ukrainians' aggressive shot-making seize control of the match and silence the growing buzz around the Filipino sensation? Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain. Women's tennis is entering an exciting new chapter, and Alexandria Ela is quickly becoming one of the most compelling figures at the center of that transformation. Thank you all for joining this deep dive into one of the most captivating stories currently unfolding on the WTA Tour. The excitement surrounding this tournament continues to grow, and every match has the potential to deliver unforgettable moments. And as this incredible tournament progresses, the world will be watching closely, because the next chapter in this remarkable story is about to be written.